Master, you must feel the force.
Hello everyone, I'm Darth Paradigm. Shout out to my friend Chespin1235 for the wonderful font suggestion for this saber. Which you heard just now was called Volatile. And it really kind of fits this saber perfectly because y'all know the story if you've been following some of my videos and some of my posts and blah 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 blah. So this is a secondhand saber I bought, and it was an adventure. It's a champion tier, but only one of the sound fonts works. You can install 3, but only one works, and so I chose Volatile because that's a sound font. Chessman, he described it to me, but I also read the description when I picked up the font. It's supposed to be a kind of a dark side sound font for a saber that's broken. I don't know if that means that the hilt itself is broken or if the kyber crystal or what have you. But it's supposed to imply that the saber could die at any moment or explode or catch fire or zap you or something to that effect. So I'll give you the full measure of this font, after the meat of the video here, the review. It should be a short one. So you can see this, the V2 weathered finished. And the hilt is 12.5 inches long. It has 8 of these claws here. And the claws are pretty darn neat. 4 blade retention screws, equidistant at every third claw, or something to that effect. And that blade is in there very securely. I mean, it only goes about that deep, but it's in there. And I opted to go for I have just a kind of saber, an Ultra Sabers Ultra Edge blade, just a mid-grade blade in here because it's light and allows me to swing the saber with complete reckless abandon. And there's also they have a little metal bit, kind of a little, I don't know if you can sort of see it through the blade. It's silver. It kind of inserts into the blade. It doesn't interrupt the, or it doesn't do anything to the diffusing film in here. It fits in here in such a manner that, the diffusion works really well on this blade. Which is kind of important. I had a custom saber shop show blade in there, but seeing as it's a thin neck and the LEDs are down here, as you can see the LED retention screws there. It's not a very bright saber, but you will see in a few short minutes that with a blade such as this, it's not too bad. It's pretty darn bright. It has the blood orange LED setup. So here's your thin neck. You got this kind of looks like a gear. It's not very comfortable at all, but it's easy to work around. I've gotten to the point where I'm really used to this hilt. It works very well. It's not entirely uncomfortable when you know what to avoid. So we got the grip section, the telltale port of the champion tier. The Saberforge champion tier sabers now come with Golden Harvest version 3, which is what confused the seller as he referred to the Saberforge website. He got inaccurate information and sold it to me as such, but as it turns out, the hilt itself has a Sabercore 3.0, the previous version of the soundboard. Saberforge used to install in their champion tiers, and everything works except for the fact that I can only have one sound font. So that's why I picked the sound font that's on here. And again, thank you, Chessman. That was perfect. Perfect suggestion. They have a backlit switch in orange. And then you get to the lower section of the grip, and it's knurled. It's a good two-handed hilt. There's your cover tech wheel. Works best as a one-handed hilt though, but you can use the two-handed if you don't mind gripping this very, very ornate, kind of royal-esque looking pommel. Now, being that Volatile is not your standard Saberforge sound font, I can't remember the name of the. I can't remember the name of the person who made the sound font, but I opted to turn the volume down to 80, and that really worked to the benefit of the Saber. Because if I had this thing running at 100, it might blow out the speaker, and I don't think it's much more than a 24 millimeter speaker, if that. Now, these things, they are a little bit sharp, so it's best to try to avoid having these nick your forearm, because they can do some damage. I just want to show you one other thing here. There's a, if you can see it, I can't. There's a pommel inserted in there, so that protects the speaker. And just give you kind of a tour of the hilt. It's kind of a petite thing for 12.5 inches. Spindly, very, very dark side with the weathered finish. This thing just really, really exudes the dark side. I like it a lot. I have a friend at work who's an artist, is kind of shown that he, of all the hilts that I've brought into work from time to time, this is one of the ones that seem to resonate the most. So anyway, that pretty much describes the Talon in a nutshell. There's not too much to say, other than let me show you how that sound font that I keep going on about performs. So here we go. I do apologize. It is still a little bit light out, but you work with what you have. And this is as dark as I could get it in here. So listen to the boot up. This was supposed to be my first Golden Harvest version 3 Saberforge saber, but as it turns out, it is not. And apparently it turns off on its own. That's kind of scary. Anyway. Oh, that's right. I have it set for 2 minutes. If it idles for 2 minutes unused, it turns off all on its own. Interesting. Hadn't actually experienced that until now. Still kind of spooky. Anyway, so I'm considering getting a, I think it's called the Sinister Prophecy. One of the newer hilts from Saberforge. Actually, I think it's the most recent one that they just came out with. It's like a Mark II. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of that, but on the emitter section, they've added a bunch of bluing. They've blued it, and I just think that would make a phenomenal dark side first excursion into the world of Golden Harvest V3 from Saberforge. I'm still debating whether or not I would get an in-hilt LED, baselit saber, or go NeoPixel. But anyway, I have to see how things go financially before I make that decision. Anyway, so that wraps up this video. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. May the Force be with you, and I shall catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.